Well, welcome to Astana, the capital of Kazakhstan. It's extremely cold here. When I got off the train this morning, it was minus 19 degrees. It's warmed up slightly now, but still really cold. Anyway, it's a very different city to Almaty. Just have a look around. Extremely modern, extremely spread out. So anyway, let's explore today and see what this city has to offer, if it's not too cold. Just take a look up ahead here. It feels like a completely different country. In Almaty, it's like it feels like a real Soviet sort of Eastern European influenced city. And here, it's just extremely modern, almost like Dubai or something. You can definitely tell that Kazakhstan's got some oil money. Well, all over Astana, you have this weird sort of modern futuristic looking architecture. Like way down there, straight down, that's the Bayterek tower. We'll head up there later today probably, and then through there, through this weird looking structure, there's a big pyramid, which again I'll head over to soon today, and it's a shopping centre. So yeah, all over the city they've got this really weird sort of architecture, really unique. Feels like nowhere else I've ever been before so far, but it's quite interesting. This is the difference as well between Astana, the capital, and Almaty. Also, Astana has only been the capital of Kazakhstan since 1997. Almaty was the capital throughout Soviet times and up until then. And then Astana used to be a small sort of town, and they sort of built it up to make it into Kazakhstan's new capital. It's changed name a few times. It's been called Akmola, Astana. Then it was named to Nur-Sultan after Nur-Sultan Nazarbayev, who was the leader of Kazakhstan until 2019, so for the first 28 years of its independence. Then it was renamed back to Astana a couple of years ago. So it's got a pretty strange history, this place. Right, well here we are. Here's the Bayterek tower up close. Very, very strange, sort of futuristic looking thing. Anyway, so I'm gonna walk a bit past this to the river, which I assume will be frozen, and see what that's like, and then I'm going to come back and maybe go up the top of that tower. So yeah, just still trying to sort of get my bearings, just walking around the city. But yeah, very interesting, strange place so far. Well, on my way to the river, and there's more of this sort of weird futuristic architecture I was talking about. Have a look here, these two, I guess you could say, twin towers. And in the background at the very back there is the presidential palace of Kazakhstan. So yeah, kind of cool. And then you got the skyline of Astana back there. Very interesting place, and also so different to Almaty, which is, you know, it doesn't feel like the same country. Well, here we are. Here is the Ishim River, completely frozen, covered in a layer of snow. In fact, it's so solidly frozen, there's people over there ice fishing and people just walking on it. I don't think I'm going to go join them, but it's pretty cool to see. Anyway, I mean, there's a warning sign over there. It's in Russian, not sure what it says. But yeah, Astana is also the second coldest capital city in the world, just behind Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And yeah, so it gets extremely cold in the winter, and today's actually the first day of spring, but it's still like well below freezing, and in the forecast it's, you know, minus 15 to minus 20 every day as far as it goes. So yeah, that's an interesting fun fact about Astana. Right, that was kind of cool. Gonna head back to the Bayterek tower now and try and go up to the top, because I can imagine it'll be a pretty good view of Astana. Let's go. I must say, so far Astana is not a very walkable place. Everything's really spread out and far apart. Like the roads are really big boulevards, like 4 lanes each side. And there's also no, I don't think there's a metro here, there's buses. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. It's got that real sort of planned modern city feel. Which, you know, today, I mean, it's cold, but it's manageable. But in the middle of winter, it can get down to minus 30, minus 40 here. So yeah, it's not the easiest place to get around Astana. But I mean, it's still kind of nice, very interesting architecture. Well, if you wanted an idea of just how much snow there is piled up on the ground, have a look at this. Well, take a look. All these park benches are just completely submerged in the snow. Just shows you how much there is on the ground. But it just makes me wonder, what's it like in the spring when it all starts to melt? It must be a real mess. I guess between November and late March, the temperature here never gets above freezing. So any snow that falls just sticks around for the whole winter. Like, have a look here, just all just piled up. And it makes sense with it's so cold here. Like, we're so far inland, so far north. Like, we're pretty close to Russia here actually. Alright, back at the Bayterek. Let's head up. Right, that was the Bayterek. I mean, it was okay, but I have probably been to better observation decks. But yeah, not bad still. Anyway, probably gonna call it a day for now because I've got to head back. I've got a couple of things to do this afternoon. But the exploring of Astana will continue tomorrow. Right, welcome back to Astana. I'm today gonna do more sightseeing. Yesterday I walked the opposite direction. I'm going today to the Bayterek Tower and to the river. Today I'm going to go the other way. There's a couple of pretty interesting things I want to show you. Anyway, let's go. Well, here it is closer up behind me here. I know for certain you're not allowed to film inside shopping centres in Kazakhstan, so I'm going to go in. Not sure if I'll be able to show it to you, but yeah, I think it's more interesting from the outside anyway. And over there is the Opera House of Astana. It looks older, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was built fairly recently, just made to look that way. Anyway, let's go and see what it's like. Alright, that was the inside. Kind of cool to see that structure from the inside. I tell you what, like, with these really cold places, you need to wear like thermals to stay warm outdoors, but as soon as you go indoors, it's heated to this ridiculous temperature. So I was just sweating walking around there. And it's like that when you go indoors anywhere here, which is, you know, I guess it's one or the other, I suppose, but it's just makes it difficult being indoors for too long. Anyway, plan is now I'm going to get some lunch, a local dish that I haven't yet shown you. So yeah, it should be good. Let's go. Right, here we have some besh barmak, traditional Kazakh dish. It's like meat, potatoes and like pasta. Usually it comes with, I think sometimes it comes with horse, but this one's lamb. Anyway, let's see what it's like. Well, welcome back to Astana. It's a new day. And today I'm going to go and explore a part of the city I haven't yet seen, the right bank of the river, so the other side. Apparently there's lots of really cool stuff to see there, more of this weird sort of futuristic architecture. So let's go have a look and see what it's like. When I was talking about weird and futuristic architecture, this is what I was talking about. So here, just in the middle of this park, it's called the Presidential Park. You've got the Palace of Peace and Reconciliation. Looked it up, it says Cultural Center, so I'm guessing it's some kind of museum. And across the road here you have the monument to the Kazakh people with some weird looking building to its left. And then over there off in the distance there's a big mosque, so let's go check that out. But yeah, it's more of this just, I've never been somewhere in the world like this. It's such a bizarre city, but it makes it quite interesting to walk around, I suppose. Well, before I go and do that, just have a look at the scene here. It's got a really good view of Astana. So that's the left bank over there, the skyline. Then you got this pyramid thing here, and then across here you can see the mosque off in the distance, and that monument there, and then the National Museum of Kazakhstan there. So yeah, it's kind of a good viewpoint. Just puts into perspective how just strange and interesting this place is. Well, so far I've noticed about Kazakhstan, and I'm guessing it's a Soviet thing, is they love these big monuments like this. So, but like I said, that's a monument to the Kazakh people. And when I said the other day that Astana was not a very walkable place, this is what I'm referring to. All these big roads, like multi-lanes, it's not really, it's built for cars, this place, not so much walking. Almaty's a much more walkable place, I've noticed. Anyway, let's go check out that mosque up there, because it looks pretty cool. Well, here it is up close, the Hazrat Sultan Mosque, that's what it's called. It's huge and quite impressive, but it's actually not the main mosque here in Astana. That's the Astana Central Mosque, which is actually much bigger. It's the largest mosque in Kazakhstan and the largest mosque in Central Asia. And I read one of the largest outside the Middle East. But yeah, have a look at it, this one. Quite impressive. There's a lot less of the Soviet influence up here in Astana, I guess because it was built up after the fall of the Soviet Union. So it makes sense, it feels a lot more, what's the word? It feels more Kazakh if you don't take into account all the futuristic stuff. Right, morning, welcome back. Last day in Astana. Tonight I'm getting the sleeper train back down to Almaty and we're going to continue the journey towards London. I always came up here as just a bit of a detour because I was keen to see it because I'd heard it was quite interesting. But yeah, let's see if we can find anything today to do because here until 5 in the evening. So yeah, let's go. Right, just had a coffee and a croissant, should keep me going for a while. I'm just gonna go for a bit of a walk now and show you last couple of things that I haven't yet seen here to finish up our time in Astana. Well, I've stumbled upon the Astana Botanical Gardens on the way to what I'm trying to show you. I mean, I can imagine in maybe in the spring or in the summer it's a bit more lush. At the moment it's kind of all dead, but yeah. Astana, it's not the most walkable place, but there is lots of green spaces, so I suppose that kind of makes up for it a bit. But anyway, yeah, let's keep going. I'm just about the only person in here. Might have something to do with the fact that it's currently minus 12 degrees. But I suppose, yeah, if I come here at this time of year, I've got to be prepared to face it. Well, this thing off in the distance here, that weird ball structure, that's what I've been wanting to show you. It's more of this sort of architecture I've been talking about. Let's go up close and see. Well, here I am up closer, and you might be wondering, what is this weird building actually for? Well, it's the Future Energy Museum of Astana, so I'm guessing it's just a museum about renewable energy. I guess it's a fitting design, futuristic sort of style. And then here's some sort of obelisk, would you call it? Not sure. So yeah, it's just all over Astana. It's just this weird sort of spread out plan with all these sort of modern futuristic style architecture buildings. I've never been anywhere in the world quite like this. I mean, I wouldn't say there's too much to do in Astana apart from just walk around and look at all this stuff. A couple of days is all you need, but I am glad I made the trip up. But anyway, so in a few hours I'm getting the train back down to Almaty, and I'm going to spend probably another week or so there maybe. There's a couple of things I want to do, more sort of nature places nearby that I want to go see, like more mountains, lakes, possibly some skiing as well. So yeah, it should be good. See you again soon.